This, according to AMCtheaters.com, actually. I stumbled across this when looking up the see if Terminator 2 in 3D is coming out near me next month. By the way, Terminator 2 is coming out in 3D next month. The conversion was overseen by James Cameron, so it ought not suck. Whether or not you care about 3D, seeing Terminator 2 in the theater, which I did like 5 times when I was a kid, is well worth the price of admission. Go see it if it's near you. This article, we may have a new Captain America. And this is for the MCU. This is for the movies. This is what I've been talking about coming for a while now. Okay. In a feat more cruel than anything that Thanos could ever dream up, Marvel Studios assembled footage of Avengers Infinity War at the D23 conference, but has refused to share it online yet. And I'm going to note, don't watch the crappy leaks. I can understand the temptation. I've done it. But God, it's so underwhelming to watch it like that. Just take a breath and wait for the official release. Watch it in high definition. Watch it with good sound. Watch it where people aren't cheering in the crowd to a point you can't hear anything. Yes, there's a lot of energy there. That's the point. But, I don't do it. I don't recommend anybody do it. It just diminishes the experience to me. Fortunately, we don't need the power of the Infinity Stones to tell you what Disney revealed, as descriptions of what happened have already surfaced online. Among the details revealed, which I have not read except for this article, D23 attendees have confirmed a long-standing rumor about Captain America's involvement in Marvel's biggest movie yet, Captain No More. While it's still unclear whether or not Steve Rogers will survive the Mad Titans bid for power, thank you, Mark Ruffalo. I call crap on that, honestly, because, what's his name? Oh, I'm doing the diversity in comics thing where I can't think of anybody's name. Sorry, seriously, I have that problem a lot, too, when I'm reading something and trying to side note. Benedict Cumberbatch and the kid that plays Spider-Man, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. They kind of pulled a similar thing where he was going to spoil something and Benedict Cumberbatch, distracted him. I think they're trolling the fans, honestly. So I don't think everybody's going to die, but it's just I think they're just messing with us. It now seems like he'll ditch his Star-Spangled garb and fight the good fight with a snazzy new outfit and beard. The reason for this spins out of Captain America Civil War, where Steve Rogers was last seen hiding out in Wakanda following his clash with Iron Man over the Sokovia Accords. Sorry, the reflex I just had was over the comic book, not over the movie. I quite enjoyed the movie. In the comics, a similar plotline led Captain America to adopt a new superhero identity called Nomad for a few issues, complete with a different costume. Screen Rant have suggested that the MCU version of Rogers may develop into a new version of Nomad. What do you guys think about that? Y'all like that? I never really read Nomad, but it sounds intriguing, which means that someone else may take his place as Captain America. The Russo brothers basically confirmed this transformation a while back during an interview with the Huffington Post, explaining that the moment when Cap dropped his shield in Civil War, it symbolized him letting go of that identity. They quote, it's him admitting that certainly the identity of Captain America was in conflict with a very personal choice that he was making. However, this is the first time that Steve's retirement from the role has been officially revealed, leaving us with one question on our minds: who will become the new Captain America? If they don't just hand it back to this guy. Over the years, a number of heroes have taken Steve Rogers' place as Captain America, whether it's because he's lost his powers or been revealed as a crazed Hydra agent. If Cap does embrace the new persona of Nomad, or dies in the fight against Thanos, then there are a few likely suspects who could take up the shield. In many ways, Cap's childhood friend Bucky Barnes seemed to be the most obvious candidate. Yes. Not only did the Winter Soldier take over when Rogers died in the aftermath of Civil War in the comics, but he's also ripe and ready for a classic redemption story. Yes. Yes, he is. Seen by the world as a murderous assassin, Barnes would do whatever it takes to honor the memory of his friend's legacy, all while distancing himself from his dark past as the Winter Soldier in the process. And that would actually leave the story open for the conflict that comes from perceptions too. Like, isn't this the guy? And that him having to live up to the mantle of Captain America and prove himself. I mean, it's really ripe for good storytelling. The two even share the same abilities. Dun da da da. I don't know why this isn't obvious to a lot of people. There's a lot of people offended by my notion that I didn't understand Falcon taking up the mantle. And it's cool if you are, and it's cool if you like him. You know, the thing about disagreements is they're just that. I'm not judging anyone for liking something that I don't, or vice versa. If you dig it, dig it. I don't agree with it. I mean, I can see it in certain, like I said, capacities I've said before. But as a match, like both personality-wise and definitely strength and ability-wise, I don't see the Falcon being a great Captain America. But it's not to say the character is bad. It's just fitting that mantle. So it says the two even share the same abilities and actually mirror each other far more than either one of them realizes. I mean, they grew up together. They have the same dispositions. I mean, there's so many reasons why it works better, in my opinion. Failing that, there's also the possibility that Sam Wilson could become the Star-Spangled Avenger. Sure, Steve's other bestie is currently fighting as the Falcon, but Wilson recently took over the mantle in the comics. Oh, they use my word. And such a decision would help diversify the MCU further. Marvel Studios have come under fire more than once for a lack of representation. From the SJW crowd, who is never happy. Take Doctor Who, for instance. They made Doctor Who a woman. And as far as I understand, I quit watching Doctor Who when I was a kid, and I've not really watched too much of the new shows, though I've heard they're really good. I've heard in the canon that it was always possible he could become a woman. So, big shrug. Okay, they're trying it. That's fine. And it was in response to this group. More representation. And literally, within hours of the announcement that Doctor Who is a woman, there were people cropping up going, but the woman's not black or transgender. It's not enough. There's never pleasing this group of people, ever. Don't do it. Don't kowtow to it. You make your characters as you want to make them. Let them pass or fail on their own merits. Digressing. Marvel Studios have come under fire more than once for a lack of representation. God, clearly they don't read the frickin' books. I'm going to move on. So promoting Anthony Mackie to the forefront of the Avengers as Captain America would certainly be a progressive move on their part. As a political title, I suppose. But as an actual progress, it's regressive to me. Because it's just backwards thinking. The issue here, of course, is that Falcon is already a celebrated hero in his own right. Ta-da! And Marvel may be keen to continue developing that side of his character first. Exactly. Exactly right. This right here. This right here. Falcon is doing the representing already. He's a good character. He has strengths. He is being fleshed out. Let the character flourish. Moving on. However, both of these options could be rather telegraphed for anyone who holds even a passing knowledge of the source material. With that in mind, Marvel may turn completely left field and surprise fans by casting a woman in the role. Black Widow was apparently seen sporting a new blonde hairstyle in the D23 footage, but we doubt that she would replace Steve in the role of Captain America. Even though it's about time that the spotlight was thrown her way. I mean, I'd go see a Black Widow movie. I won't lie. I would go see one. But am I clamoring for one? I mean, not really. Are you guys? Are any of you listening to this? Are you guys clamoring for a Black Widow story? I mean, do you think there's a story to be told? I mean, let me know. Let me know what you think. I mean, maybe as a more modestly budgeted film that was more personal. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'd see it. Yeah, I'd see it. Yeah, bring it on. Instead, there's an extremely slim outside chance that Cap's love interest, Sharon Carter, could take his place. No. Despite a lack of precedent for this in the comics. Her training as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. certainly puts Carter in good stead for such a move. It would be irony. And if Marvel ever did consider this option, then we're sure that Tony Stark could somehow. So we're gonna ignore that. That's crap. Chris Evans' contract may end soon, which means that our days of oogling his superhuman six-pack may end with it. I always thought he had pretty big shoulders, actually. It's like superhuman shoulders. He worked on push-ups a lot. At the end of the day, though, Steve Rogers is technically an OAP. So let's hope that Marvel give him the time to collect a bus pass and enjoy his twilight years without being ripped apart by Thanos. Either way, Spider-Man Homecoming revealed that Stark has created a new shield for Captain America. I haven't seen that yet, and so that's a spoiler for me, and forgive me if that's a spoiler for you, but there it is. So someone will have to step up and wield it in the upcoming war, just maybe not Steve. Or maybe it's Steve. Maybe Steve's just in hiding for a little while, for God's sake, and he had a beard while hiding out. He gets the call, he comes back, he shaves his face, he puts in the outfit, he's fighting. So the reason why I shared this article, even though as it gets to the bottom of it, it's just blatantly clickbait stuff, is to say the idea. What I personally think, it's addressing the question that's out there right now. Is what I personally think is, he will be Nomad at the beginning of the film. He will take back up the mantle, and he will be Captain America. And that's my money on the table. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Which way you think this will play. What would you like to see? Would you like to see Bucky, Falcon, Black Widow, Carter? Or imagine this. If the character passes away in the films, let the character pass away. It's an amazing thought, right? If Captain America dies, there's no Captain America. Nobody puts on the outfit. Each character is their own hero. Each one has their own identity. Why does anyone need to put the outfit on to begin with? Post your comments down below. Let me know if you think I'm right or wrong. What do you think about that? I personally think let the characters be, each of the characters be their own characters. Stop the outfit swapping. Marvel Comics needs to stop it. The Marvel films don't need to do it.